right, futures near flat here today. S&P futures up 0.03%, Dow futures up 0.04%, and the NASDAQ futures down 0.01%. So all futures basically right around the flat line here going into the morning. Let's take a look at some cues from last session here. The markets witnessed a strong rally on Monday, with most sectors in the green, barring consumer staples and utilities. Strong outperformers included materials, industrials, and financials, posting gains of 1.19, 1.18, and 1.17 during the day, respectively. This comes as billions of dollars worth of projects get held up as the federal government shutdown drags into its third week, with U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent warning that last week has now begun impacting the economy and people's lives. Investors on Tuesday will be closely watching the earnings of several major companies such as Netflix, which reports after hours today, Coke, which has already reported this morning and is trading higher, Philip Morris, which I'm not going to trade, but that that reported this morning and is trading higher, and then RTX, which also reported this morning and is trading higher, among several others. These will set the tone for the rest of the week. The 10-year Treasury bond dipped back below 4%, currently yielding 3.97%, and the 2-year bond was at 3.45%. Now, we do have some stocks in focus here. The first one's going to be Netflix, which reports after hours here today. Shares were up 0.27% in the pre-market, with the company expected to release its third quarter earnings after market close on Tuesday. Netflix had a big day yesterday leading up to its earnings. Question is going to be, is it going to have the strength to trade even higher in the event of a beat? Netflix actually has pretty good rankings in our proprietary ranking system, with the highest score being in growth at around 85. GE Aerospace is another stock in focus here today. That's ticker GE. Shares are up 0.43% in the pre-market, ahead of the company's third quarter earnings results, which were due here. Those results are actually out now, and GE trading higher here, 308.65 bid after closing at 302 yesterday. So that stock also trading higher here post earnings. Coke is next on the list. That's ticker KO. Shares of the beverage giant Coca-Cola are up 0.1% in the pre-market ahead of the earnings. They're actually trading even higher now, peaking at 71 here in the pre-market on the back of that earnings report. The stock does well on growth, but has low scores in pretty much everything else. It is in an intact short-term uptrend, as well as a long-term one, the medium one, not so great. Next one here is going to be Philip Morris. That's ticker PM. They're down 0.04% ahead of its earnings report in the pre-market here. Company ahead of the company's earnings report at 9 a.m. Again, they did beat here. Looks like they did 224 versus the 209 estimate. Good Lord. So Philip Morris here trading higher. Looks like the high print in the pre-market here was 166. RTX is the last stock on our list here. Defense industry heavyweight RTX was up about 0.5% in the pre-market as investors awaited their third quarter results. They ended up reporting and screaming even higher, topping at 173.83 there. They had a 142 EPS versus they had a 1.7 EPS versus the 142 estimate. So they actually beat and moved higher as well.